because Cookie from the show Empire, I was offered that role. Now Taraji tore it up, baby. Listen here. However, I was offered that. Then
is that for some reason people come to me and I don't look at them with judgy eyes. I have no predetermined notion or preconceived notions, and they open up to me. That's what they're upset about, because if you look at a lot of these people that's been on other podcasts.
Not to be a hater, but have you seen what's happening with Shannon Sharpe's podcast, Club Shay? It's been blowing up ever since the Cat Williams interview. Shannon's had some seriously explosive interviews this year, and let's just say some folks in the industry are not loving it one bit. Shannon's interviews have exposed a ton of secrets about some of the industry's most popular and powerful people, including Diddy, Oprah, and Tyler Perry. Looks like Shannon is dragging them for filth, exposing them for not only trying to cancel his show, but also trying to ruin his life for not taking down the interviews after they asked him to. And guess what? Shannon claims he's got even more dirt on these people, and he's ready to leak it if they don't back down. You better believe Shannon is not here to play. Ever since Shannon dropped his interview with Cat Williams at the start of the year, it's been pure chaos. That chaos hasn't died down one bit, and we've seen the dark side of the industry like never before. With all the juicy secrets he's spilled, it's no surprise that some powerful people want the podcast shut down before he spills even more tea. Shannon recently sat down for an interview and dished out all the gossip about the celebrities trying to shut down his show and sabotage him. They're even sending him threats. Those stars who were eager to be on the show, they've disappeared into thin air. Now, everybody knows the industry is chaotic, but these people are going to extremes with Shannon. Word on the street is that Shannon's life could be in danger because the haters are in full swing.
I didn't know it was gonna cause this kind of ripple. I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did. I understand what comes along with that. But if you remember.
Not to be a hater, but have you seen Shannon lately? There's nothing I appreciate more than a juicy interview. And let me tell you, Shannon is dishing out all the drama. Ever since that Cat Williams interview went viral earlier this year, Shannon's been dealing with all sorts of crazy stuff. He had a chat with Cam Newton and spilled why celebrities feel so comfortable sharing all their secrets on his podcast. Shannon explained that he always makes it clear to his celebrity guests that they don't have to talk about certain topics if they don't want to. You know what, girls? That kind of trust makes them comfortable enough to tell their own story. And if you don't know, I now you know.
I said, is there anything that you don't want to talk about? I always ask the guests that. Sometimes they say, well, I would appreciate it if we not talk about this. Right. Cool, no problem. Because I believe you can tell your story without saying something negative. But yes, I believe a person that's been in a business, that's been doing something 10, 15, 20, 30 years are more than one salacious story. Right. That's what I believe. So if they say they want to stay away from it, but if they want to tell something, who am I to say, no, don't do, you can't tell that. Right. People, Cam.
Not to be a hater, but have you seen how people are coming at Shannon claiming he's not a real journalist? Well, guess what? Shannon himself made it crystal clear that he's not a journalist and never claimed to be one. For those who don't know, Shannon is a retired NFL superstar, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame back in 2011. After hanging up his cleats, he turned to sports commentary for a few years and then launched his Club Shay podcast in 2020 during the pandemic. Now, the podcast was doing all right, but then things went absolutely wild with the Cat Williams interview, which has over 70 million views. Can you believe it? The craziest part is that this iconic interview almost never happened. Shannon had been trying to get Cat on the podcast for about a year. One lucky day, he bumped into Cat's new manager, who finally made it happen. Just a week later, Cat was on Club Shay, spilling all the industry tea. And oh boy, did Cat Williams know he was about to set the industry on fire with his revelations.
They all coming.
No, they ain't.
Are you kidding?
Nah.
Hey, I promise you.
Good thing I done got all the rest of them. I done got the ones.
I promise you, everybody trying to double back. You're gonna be having to beat them off with a stick. You gonna let him? They're coming. Much as
So, not to be a hater, but you know what, girls? Boy, was Kat spot on about Shannon's experience. While Shannon was basking in the glow of Club Shay's success, he noticed some folks in the industry weren't exactly throwing confetti. They were actually trying to sabotage his podcast. And if you don't know, some celebrities, totally miffed by Shannon's rise, started labeling him and Club Shay as the ultimate troublemakers. They accused him of stirring up drama in Hollywood, all because of that spicy Cat Williams interview. But wait, there's more. According to insiders, big names like Oprah and Diddy were allegedly plotting to discourage other celebrities from gracing Club Shay with their presence. Oprah's beef with Shannon kicked off when he invited Monique to Club Shay. Monique didn't hold back, calling Oprah a narcissistic manipulator. She accused Oprah and Tyler Perry of cheating her and blackballing her career, all because she wouldn't do something outside her contract. For a bit of context, Monique and Oprah have been at odds for years. During their work on the movie Precious, Monique refused to join an unpaid, unscheduled press tour. This move reportedly infuriated Oprah so much that she started spreading rumors about Monique being difficult to work with.
Because Cookie from the show Empire, I was offered that role. Now Taraji tore it up, baby. Listen here. However, I was offered that. Then Felita called me back and say, baby girl, they said you too difficult to work with. But you hear on the audio that a man told David Talbert I was difficult to work with. Do you see how that cost my family?
Yes.
And with no accountability?
Not to be a hater, but have you seen how Oprah reacted? It's no wonder Monique really went in on her during the interview. She didn't hold back at all, and it got people buzzing about how Oprah did Monique dirty. Oprah even threw some shade, talking about how meeting negative energy with negative energy just creates a combustive force. She said, you can't meet negative energy where it is. You have to rise above it. I would never stoop to try to meet somebody where they are negatively. Don't care who they are. And you know what, girls? After that, Monique was blackballed. No one in the industry wanted to work with her because they feared what Tyler and Oprah might do. Allegedly, these two are titans in the industry. And when they decide to blacklist someone, it looks like it really happens. There's nothing I appreciate more than someone who stands up for themselves. And to her credit, Monique has always fought against being silenced by the industry. Once she discovered she was being blacklisted, she immediately called out those responsible.
I got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now I said no to some very powerful people. What Tyler Perry showed me, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Lionsgate. When you don't do what we ask you to do, we'll take your livelihood.
Not to be a hater, but have you seen how desperate Diddy was to get Kat in his bed? I mean, $50 million for one night, that's just insane. Is it just me, or does it seem like Diddy really enjoys the chase? It's a messy situation, and Kat had everyone buzzing about Diddy's wild parties. The timing was messy as F because this all happened about 2 weeks after Cassie filed her lawsuit, accusing him of gross misconduct. So Kat exposing him in a video with over 70 million views probably didn't help his case at all. Then there's Tyler Perry, who got exposed by Monique when she called out Oprah. Yeah, Oprah wasn't the only one who blackballed Monique. Tyler had a hand in it too. The movie Precious was produced by both Oprah and Tyler, and they hated that Monique wasn't willing to work for free. Allegedly, they tag-teamed her, but Tyler has always denied this. He insists that he didn't say anything about Monique or get her blackballed, claiming if she lost jobs, it was on her and had nothing to do with him. Monique came into the podcast with so much fire, especially when she went after Tyler Perry, claiming he and Oprah ruined her life. According to Monique, when she first heard about the situation, she gave Tyler the benefit of the doubt and reached out, hoping there was a misunderstanding. But no, she said Tyler lied to her face and played mind games, acting like he didn't know what she was talking about. During her interview, Monique mentioned that Tyler eventually apologized, admitted he messed up, and promised to fix everything, clear her name, revive her career, and all that. But it never happened because Monique said Tyler ghosted her after that.
Only for Tyler Perry to admit I was wrong, and when my movie Boo come out.
Not to be a hater, but have you seen the drama unfold? There's nothing I appreciate more than a good scandal, and let me tell you, this one is juicy. So get this, y'all. Monique was not playing around. She insisted she had an audio recording of a call with her husband and Tyler Perry himself. In that recording, she claims Tyler owned up to starting the rumor that got her blacklisted, admitting it was out of line and totally unfair. With all this, it's honestly not surprising that Diddy, Oprah, and Tyler would want to shut the podcast down. It's making them look very bad. Even worse, Shannon has been hinting that he has more dirt on celebs that he's going to spill. They're trying to stop him from leaking the tea because they know it's going to be crazy. Well, you know the fans are all dying to know what the tea is. So girls, don't be a stranger. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for our next video. You won't want to miss it. Trust me, it's going to be a wild ride.